Right then, it's Joypad of the day, and today we're going to have a look at the Atari Jaguar Joypad. What can I tell you about this? Shock horror, despite the general consensus regarding this thing, I like it. I actually find it really quite comfortable. Just the way it's actually quite ergonomically designed. With these cutaways here, it fits in my hand really well. The D-pad just falls under my thumb, while these three buttons, they're just exactly where I want them, and that, I find it really comfy. You got your pause and your option buttons there. These buttons here are, well, largely an irrelevance. I tend not to use them if I don't have to, but I mean, like the Intellivision, you can put overlays on them and they do serve a purpose. Without an overlay, you just find yourself looking at them and thinking, what the hell am I meant to do with these? And they do mean that you kind of have to look down at your pad while you're playing a game, which isn't necessarily what you want. So I suppose the thing with the Jaguar pad, it says something about the way Atari thought at that time. They knew that gamepads like the Mega Drive pad were effective, but people complained at the lack of buttons, and what Atari didn't have was this skillful design talent, maybe, something like that. I mean, the PS1 pad was answering all of the questions asked of it, if you like. We need more buttons, we need them to be easy to get to, and it needs to be elegant. This thing could never be described as elegant. It gives you lots of buttons, but in such a way that they're not entirely useful because you've got to look down. But that, I don't think, makes it a bad pad. It makes it clunky, it makes it a bit clumsy, but I still like it. It's comfortable, and unless you've got a game that needs lots of button pressing from lots of different buttons, I find it perfectly adequate. And I suppose that is the thing about it. It is a lot of people say it's absolutely rubbish, and I disagree. I just think it's adequate in terms of functionality, but I still like it. Looking at the plug on the other end, just because we can, I kind of like this because it's that Atari D-pad, the D plug thing, only it's got a whole lot more pins on it. That's just so Atari. I guess they were the whole Atari design thing, and they'd been this way or were this way all the way through from their early days. It was solid, reliable, frequently unimaginative, but it was like enough to do the job and no more, and they were always working to a tight budget, especially under Jack Tramiel. My God. Yes, there was a lot of penny pinching went on, and it showed. But there it is. Not a pad. I don't think it's nearly as horrible as a lot of people say. I'm fond of it. There you go. That is the Atari Jaguar Joypad.